we wait a bit, or
yes, we can wait 2 more minutes and then start.
okay. But I can believe it is the last face-to-face, I would say, meeting in the course.
Yes, this is the last interactive Zoom lecture.
Yeah, that's not face-to-face, but the last synchronous. We learned new words. Synchronous meeting, yes. Synchronous teaching event, yeah.
But I think that probably we will notify all our participants and organize. I plan to do this and talk to all those who were involved in different courses during this period of time, and we will send you some kind of questionnaires in order to get your feedback, your suggestions. We already noticed some issues, and we will try to fix them as soon as possible, because even if we finalize this stage, we are entering in the other one, not less important. So now it will be your time to show us how productive and efficient we were and what it should be done. Well, we have a plan, but anyway, we want to hear from you and know your opinion.
It's great that we have a plan, so feel safer now. Yeah, but in general, I'm sure that the success of the whole course could be measured by the amount of new digital courses or new elements of digital courses that is produced by participants. Of course, we are really excited to see new elements, even this small amount of videos that I had a chance to go through. They are so exciting. It's so nice to see. I don't know whether because of the course they appeared or they already existed or whatever, but it's very nice to see that we are doing the same. We are crafting videos, you're crafting videos, so that's a reason to stay in contact, discuss. And as I said, Yelena, the most important is to try to form a community in which we can discuss and talk about our findings and losses in our way of teaching. Okay.
May I?
Nino.
So first of all, thank you very much, Leonid. Too many platforms I've been acquainted to, so that's already a big plus of this course, you know. New platforms we can use for our teaching. But I still have one question. What is conversion rate? Give me the explanation of conversion rate.
That's good. We will discuss it.
The highest score we got in our fourth whatever quiz was 70,
Nina,
and we were fighting for.
I'm myself a kind of old generation professor. I learned it like a year ago when one of my PhD students told me, Leonid, what is a professor? What is the conversion rate of your course? And then, and he gave me a short lecture about it. That is interesting, by the way, to think. So if you want to invite people to your course, you possibly try to do some for example, quick advertising. So you, for example, post somewhere an announcement, or you pay a little bit and you have a Google advertising. So, and those people come to your landing page of the course. So the first conversion is conversion of how many people were exposed to advertising / people who came to landing page. Then the next conversion is, okay, they went through a nice landing page and clicked on the bottom, subscribe to the course. This is next conversion rate. So if you are very lucky, then after of, let's say, out of 1,000 of visitors to your landing page, maybe you will get 50 if you are very lucky, those who subscribe. And finally, another step of conversion is out of those people who got subscribed to your course, who paid, and you get the final conversion rate. So
yeah, but I understand the concept. I do understand that for sure. But what is the specific definition you used in the quiz? You know, is it a rate, whatever divided? I mean, the amount of the people.
It's amount of people who were exposed to the advertisement / amount of people who actually paid for the course.
So it's about division anyway.
Division, yeah. Yeah, it's
okay. Thank you very much.
Typically, very small. If it is if it is about 1%, then we did a fantastic marketing. So that is what we want to talk about here. So typically, it's very small rates. Typically, yeah. So conversion rate, retention rate is how many students enrolled in the course / how many graduated with a certificate. This is retention rate. And
I went to the marketing.
Yeah,
I went to the market. I mean, I referred to the marketing vocabulary or whatever dictionary. I couldn't find that definition there. Sorry.
Sorry for us too, but yeah, for me it was also very new. But when I understood the logic, that was let's say something interesting to keep my eye on. For example, if I'm inviting to the course, how many of them actually? And now, for example, now we have a campaign of trying to get visitors for our summer school in Lappeenranta. And I'm trying to talk to my summer school divisions that, okay, did you calculate our conversion rate? Because you pay something for advertisement. So, okay, you have, for example, 1,000 exposures of advertisement. How many people actually bought a ticket for summer school? And I feel like we speak the same language because they answer, our conversion rate was 3% or something. So I feel like, yeah, people talk this language. That is why we wanted to put it also.
30%. Okay, I got the answer. Thank you very much.
But there is a comment from Efine, please.
Thank you. Actually, also I, from time to time, needed to get the right answers after the quizzes. Fine if it will be provided after I fail to answer correctly to a question, then if the correct answer comes, then it will facilitate learning process. It doesn't come yet. For the next cycle, maybe you will be introducing that.
I think just yesterday, Yelena told me that they are planning to add correct answers or the possibility to see the correct answers for those who pass the quiz. I hope it will be done next week, or at least they hope it will be done next week. So you will be able to see where you had mistakes and what would have been a correct answer. But this feature will be available only for those who already passed the quiz. So if you have a status fail, you won't be able to see the correct answers. If you switch to status pass, you should be able to see your answers, but next week, not now.
Okay.
Yes, this option will be available. At least we agreed that we are going to do this, and only those who already passed or are going to pass and will have the status passed will see the answers, because we still will issue these certificates for those who want to pass the courses. We will not close the courses, we will change the system, so you will not receive soon each time when you pass a quiz, you receive now the certificate. So we will change this system and you will receive only final certificate for all the quizzes, all the trainings, etc. So we change the system and it will be different approach.
Can I add something? You know, I had problems with quiz 4 because I think the questions were not formulated not correctly, but there were questions that needed several answers. We could choose several answers, but it was not written. That's why just I failed the first two attempts. Then I realized that I should choose several answers, though it was not written in the question.
Well, I can say that it's the problem of the platform that it does not display when it's the possibility to choose like one answer or several answers. But what we try to do every time when you should choose more than one answer, we write choose all suitable answers. I just have this quiz open and I really see that like question number 10, question number 8.
Yeah, but there are some questions that we could choose several answers, but it was not in the question. It was not mentioned in the question.
Sorry, I just have this quiz open. Like I really see that each question where is more than one answer, it said choose all suitable answers, but I'm not sure like how they transferred it to the platform. So maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. So for some questions it was not seen. But still, I chose several answers, and only after it I passed.
Okay, good to know. Well, anyways, I have selected the most difficult questions that you had through all the 4 quizzes. I think it's about 6-7 questions, and I think closer to the end of this meeting, we will go through them and maybe discuss in more details, maybe see what are the correct answers, maybe get your complaints that question is not correctly formulated, answer is not correctly formulated, and sorry for our English.
Absolutely, that I wanted to say. Yeah, there should be disclaimer. We are not native speakers, and we are beginners, if you like, also. And unfortunately, there was a first chance we had the chance to run this quiz. So, and thank you so much for being our test cohort, if you like. So, and sorry, there are a lot of suffering, definitely, because we are not professionals in the field. So that's it. Shalva wanted to say something. Gamarjova.
Gamarjova. Hello, everybody. So first of all, I'm eager to thank you very much for this course, because I have just finished it yesterday. And I would like to thank you very much to Leonid, Anastasia, and Elena as well, because this course is very fruitful for teachers and the future teachers, maybe. And I have just paused this comment in this overview of this like course to another people, but I wanted to say this like sentences to you. And also I have very short question, because to be clarified something, this question is to Anastasia. Anastasia, according to the 4th video in this last chapter, when you like speak about price models, I comment there that's really crucial, like clarification. So what's the differences between the models of the price models? But it's kind of obvious to me to analyze what's the main difference between subscription and premium. You mentioned that when, for example, Netflix or any other platform, when we have when we pay like some monies to whole catalog like Netflix, it's like subscription price models. And premium model means like degree certificate, and that's all. Can you like more explain what is the difference between these 2 models, and what do you mean degree certificate?
Okay, let's start with the subscription. When we talk about subscription, it's something that you buy for a certain period of time. For example, you mentioned Netflix again, and I will go again back to Netflix. Like when we have a subscription for Netflix, we pay each month to be able to access the whole catalog of everything existing on Netflix. If we're talking about courses, let's say Coursera, if there is a subscription model, it means that we are paying for to being able to access all courses existing on Coursera, and we can take them like at any time we want, as we are paying for the subscription. So we don't pay for individual courses, but we rather pay for the access. In terms of premium, premium is not like always about degree certificate. Premium can be the situation when we pay, for example, for synchronous mode. So most of the courses, most of the MOOCs, they're asynchronous. They don't require the instructor. And when we're talking about premium, technically we are paying for the time of the instructor who will be with you, for example, on these online meetings like we're having now, or who is checking the homework, maybe who gives the additional assignments and he also checks it. There is also a system of micro degrees that's also considered a premium. So it's a set of small courses connected together. And when you complete these small courses all together, you receive kind of a micro degree. And I guess that's to what you referred your question.
I guess. So you mean when we have like premium, like price model, it means we don't have time limitation, and it means when we want to use like some course or assignments, it's like it means this stuff.
So premium mostly means that you have additional features on top of the basic.
I guess.
So with free or like with kind of basic standard is you have asynchronous course that you can take on your own pace. You have quizzes, you have videos. If we talk about premium features, it would be something that requires time of the instructor, like additional time of the instructor to spend with you, like with you as a group or with you individually, or maybe with your assignments.
Okay.
Do you want to add something?
A quick comment. Yeah, for example, if we with our platform promise nothing but employment, so we ask not just, okay, this is your subscription and get an access and leave us alone. So you take courses whatever you like. But if you buy an employment, we guarantee you employment, and we teach you until you got employed. So it's much more, and it's more. I think a slight difference, like what exists between learning platforms and learning spaces. In learning platforms, course is the center of everything, and we grant access to course. In learning spaces, student is in the center of everything, and you promise some growth, degree, employment, and then it becomes definitely a premium model. It's much more than just access to the collection of courses. Don't know if we grow big and we have a lot of courses, then we can talk about. Right now, for example, we are just trying to provide courses and think about giving maybe as a model of economical model, just of course, just subscription model. We cannot promise that. So, but again, my disclaimer is that we are not such a big experts in marketing of digital products. We just also in a way trying to share what we know.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for clarification. And to be clarified, is it our last Zoom session, or do we have the next week?
It looks like it is the last one.
Last one, okay.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, okay. Thank you.
But we can stay alive through. First of all, Yelena has a plan, and maybe we are in the plan. And we also will have definitely face-to-face meeting because we have a bunch of study visits. So we will definitely come, and maybe we can use any forum channels that we do have through Connect project. So
that would be great.
Would be great to stay in touch. Yes, sure.
Thank you.
Okay, more questions. I know that Anastasia wanted to share. To discuss a little bit quizzes, but okay, until there are questions, we better.
Maybe first I discuss videos, so your last assignment, and then we continue with questions.
But Mariam, a quick question, as we go ahead. Mariam, please.
Yeah, maybe I'll wait for Anastasia and then I'll have.
Okay, great. So then we can discuss the last week, and that was about intellectual property rights. It was about marketing. It was about trying to get economy running through our teaching things, and the last week of the course, and also some was a homework. You had to craft your videos and of course answer some quizzes. So Anastasia, please, as usually, save us wise comments.
Well, thank you a lot. All 66 videos that I have watched so far, or 66 people, not all videos I've watched.
It was subscription to Exciting.
That was actually interesting. I had a couple of lectures about English grammar, couple of lectures about German grammar, something about management, economics. I had even lessons in Moldovan, Armenian, and Georgian. Sorry, I understood very little, except the words management and economics. I think I didn't understand anything there. And there was even a lesson about telemedicine. So I think I had a pretty good start in all these disciplines. Okay, well, just general words. It was really interesting to watch, and many of the videos were made really nice. The duration of your videos, like just general facts, varies from 30 seconds to 13 minutes. What we say, like, it's better to keep the video short. So like 6 minutes is optimal just because of the drop rate. Because by 6 minutes of the video, about 50% of your students already close the video. And it doesn't matter how long is your video, like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, or 12 minutes. So technically what is after minute 6 is probably won't be watched. So try to keep your videos, educational videos short, but cover one topic in this video. So don't try to cover several topics in one video, just better split them. Okay, now about the comments. Before you start, before you press the push button to record your video, first set up the environment. So think what is around you, like which sounds you might have, which picture you might have. So the most important is sound, I would say. If you have the microphone, use the microphone, because it always makes the quality of the sound much better. You don't have this whistling noise or barking noise, or like that you're in the, how it's called, dwell? Yeah, I think dwell. So try to avoid background noises like barking dog, for example, locking door, beeping cars, traffic light. So if you can avoid it, it's better avoid it. Then about the picture. If you can, try to find the place where there is a good light. So if the window is behind you, you probably will have a dark picture. And try to keep picture stable. So if you're recording in several shots, try not to move the camera in between. It will be easier for you later to like glue these pictures together than if you had moved camera like a bit to the right, a bit to the left, so it will be more visible when you glued pieces of the video together. Also, the comment about the quality of video, like we understand that you don't have a professional equipment. Many of you have recorded on phone. That's why the quality was not so good. But if you will be recording the course or like elements of the course, try to record at least on the computer. And I would say even modern phones have a good camera, but not this like selfie camera, but the back camera. So if you can like set it up, record, it should be pretty good. I think even one course we recorded fully on the phone camera 2 or 3 years ago, and it's still working on it, still fine. And like one comment regarding the situations when you're filming other people. So if other people participate in your video, I don't know, in public transport, outside, you should always ask their consent to be recorded and to be published somewhere. So it is okay with me that you send this video, but maybe if you publish this video on YouTube and these people see it, it might be not, you might be not in a nice situation. So like if you're recording other people, always ask them, do they want to be recorded and do they agree to be published? If you say that it's for research purposes or for educational purposes, usually people say yes. But better be like safe in this situation. Okay, regarding use of graphical materials. So as we covered in videos, check the copyright. So if you're using some pictures, check, can you use this picture? Can you modify this picture? Like, do you have to say who is the author of the picture or of the video that you're using in your video, in your materials? If you publish on YouTube, your video might be blocked just because you don't mind the copyright of other people. If you publish it on Moodle, like somewhere else, Google Disk, it might be fine still. When you're taking some graphical materials from somewhere, from someone, check if they actually fit you. Because there was a nice edited video, but it had a logo of loot. So one of you took our first screen and last screen and didn't cover the logo of loot, for example, but this person doesn't refer to loot. So check, always check, like, is it all pieces of the video, of the picture that you take should exist in this picture? Okay, then there was a couple of moments when you were sharing someone's video. So the video created by someone, Or maybe it was even video created by you, like shooted by you, and you just wanted to demonstrate it. But if you don't explain what's happening in the video and just keep the silence, I would say, first of all, it's pretty boring. Second of all, why do you show it? Like, give an intro to what you're doing, or in the process of showing the video, explain what is happening there. Because 6 minutes of silence is a bit too much. If you're using screencast, or like besides using your video, you're using a screencast and you open a presentation. When you open your presentation, make it at least full screen. So not this like half and this bar on the side. Make it full screen, because like what's the point of keeping half of the screen empty when you can use it full? Now we're going to the process when you are, for example, solving equations. If you're solving equation in the video, like or explaining your students how to solve equation in your video, try to get the pieces of this equation, the process of solving in the speech as you're talking. So don't show fully the solution on the screen in a moment and then start explaining. Better do it in the pace of the students, in the pace how you speak, like x plus y equal 3. So just write it, try to keep this pace and develop this equation further. So not everything at a time, but piece by piece. It's also nice in such videos, like when you're solving equations, to use a light board. So when you're actually writing, but now you can do it also right on the screen, so it's also fine. And when you're explaining something, so I don't know, like you have some concepts, theories, so you're trying to explain something, and you want to put something on the screen while you're talking. Don't put the whole sentence. Like, don't put the whole speech on the screen. Keep only the keywords, because keywords will catch the attention better on the video than the whole sentence. And in this situation, students might stop the video and like think again, what was this keywords referring to? Like, and does he need to pay the attention? While sentences won't catch that much attention. Like we don't want to replicate the same experience as we give in the lecture and students are writing. And try to use intonation when you need to highlight something. So don't be monotonous. If you're saying about something important, make it important. So like speak it aloud. Editing. So we're almost coming to the end. Editing. At the phase, like when you have recorded everything, it's time to someone shoot in one piece, like in one try, everything together. Someone shoot in several pieces and then try to glue together, maybe add pictures, add sound. So if you add sound, background music, try to keep your music, that music does not cover your voice while you're speaking. So you usually need to reduce the volume of the voice or the volume of the music to be able to hear the voice, like what you're speaking. So don't cover these sounds. And if you're using several audio tracks, also check that they're more or less on the same level. So for example, you use one piece of the video that you recorded today and another piece of the video that you recorded yesterday, but they were recorded in different environment, like with different microphone, for example, and the level of the voice is different. So when you're combining these videos, try to make them more or less equal so that your listener does not have to change the volume on his computer while he is watching. Like it was super loud and then it was super silent. If you're using a free software, just check that it does not give a watermark like in the middle of the screen during the whole video, that it was made in this free software, like when you combined it together, for example. So if the watermark is small, like somewhere on the side, it's fine. But if it's like in the middle of the video, if it's covering your presentation, if it's, I don't know, on your face, I think it's a bit too much. So try to find other software. I don't know, maybe use another one, maybe buy a subscription if you're doing it often. And the last one, there were several videos when you put a piece of your real lecture that you had in Zoom, or like your real lesson when you had in Zoom. The problem of Zoom, or like a real class in Zoom that you record and try to reuse later, it's actually difficult to reuse it because the quality is kind of poor, I would say, because you have other noises, other videos. So like people who, I don't know, connect to the Zoom, for example, in the middle of your speech and don't have the microphone muted. And then your voice is covered with the barking dog or like with the children crying. So in this case, like these Zoom videos are difficult to reuse than the videos that you recorded yourself, because you can record these small pieces that you add to each time to the course that you're teaching. So for example, you teach course every semester and it starts with the same lecture. Maybe you can just copy this video, paste it at the beginning of the class or beginning of the course, and you continue reusing it. It will be difficult to do it with Zoom. I think that's all from me. I mean, I really enjoyed watching your videos. I learned a lot of new things, a bit of Moldovan, a bit of Armenian, a bit of Georgian. It was fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anastasia. I just wanted to add that for me, again, as a experienced professor, I discovered that how do I look on the video is very important for students. And it took me half a year of experiments until a student told me, okay, professor, you look cool on video. And I said, yes, finally, I managed. and I realized that younger generation, this millennium generation, they are TikTokers, they watch and they stick to good videos. So for them, when they see the video that is crafted not with visual pleasure, they say, oh my God, no, they want to skip it. Yeah, so we should think about it as we try to look nice and we try to be polite, and it also seems to becoming a kind of I don't know, internet ethics to craft a video that looks nice. So, but yeah, I feel ashamed because there are so many experts in making good cinema. There is at least I know Tea and Dimitri from Georgia and our colleagues from Romania. They know much better. We just try to see it from the projection of teachers. Okay, that's small info, but thank you, Anastasia. Great. Yeah. So questions already.
Thanks a lot, Leonid. Also, thank you very much. Really, it was a wonderful experience to go through all these lectures, to pass once again this course, to collaborate with our colleagues. I also notice some aspects, for example, which are different from the other course. For example, I see that we have more here person who are speaking English first, I mean English teachers with the humanitarian profile, not with some real profile or general directions. I mean, I really wanted to try to touch this part of education, because we very seldom when we enter in the contact with those who are linguists or I don't know, teach geography, history, other specialties like this. And I also wanted to let you know that in all 3 countries, we created this smart cafe spaces for networking and collaboration, where you can, it's open for public at large, and you can come there. There are regulations in accordance with which they are open at which time, etc. So it should be approved within the Senate at each university. In Moldova, we have 5. In Armenia, we have 2. And in Georgia, we also have 2 at this moment. And you can go there. Almost all partners from Armenia and Georgia finalized their procurement procedures with the equipment. So soon this equipment will be established and you can use it, sure, for your purposes and continue with your lectures. Synchronous and asynchronous. If you have more questions regarding this and other aspects, please feel free to write in our Telegram channel, and we will answer this. Otherwise, we will start a new stage, and we are going to create the methodology in accordance with which will be created new courses. And now it will be your turn to present what you learned and do such courses as our European colleagues did during, started from September till now.
Yeah.
Elena, when is it due? Because
Due of what?
to prepare the courses.
So we will start from March, and we must finalize all the arrangements till the end of August. So starting with the September, we will implement these courses, and we will repeat them 3 times with our students.
Okay, so it means that we need to be ready till the end of August, right? With all
Yes.
the courses.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yes. I cannot hear.
Nina, unfortunately, we can't hear you. We hear only noise. So I temporarily muted you. Please fix your microphone first.
Can I say something?
Please.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, so I also wanted to thank everybody who worked on this project. It's really interesting to know. I learned a lot of new things. Some of them were challenging because we are not very young, but I already know how to use Google Drive, how to upload the video, how to make it. And I learned a lot of interesting things. So I'm very thankful to you. Hope I will use it in my work too. Thank you.
Okay, nice to hear. Thank you. Mariam was asking Andrei. Mariam, please.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, first of all, Leonid, Anastasia, for these fruitful meetings and all the materials that you provided. It actually was really helpful for me personally, and I know that for my colleagues as well. The question I have here, the first question I have, I wanted to ask you if it's possible to share the handbook of this course to my other colleagues which are not attending this course. That's the first question. I don't know what's terms of use of this handbook, so I wanted to officially ask you to share it among my colleagues. This is the first question, and the second is more technical, but I'll ask, I know that if we have this waiting status for the third video, there was access issues, as Anastasia mentioned, but I'm not in this list of people from whom Anastasia is waiting an access, and where should I text this or send this problem?
Say in the chat, please. I'm answering technical questions in the chat while we can talk about the content here.
Okay, thank you. Then
regarding the handbook, yes, please share.
It's common good. It is done by taxpayers' money, and we are so happy. There is some. If you just notice our authorship, it will be nice, but the most important thing is the contents. The content is yours. Okay.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good. Thank you. Andrei, you have been waiting a long time. What is your question? Sorry.
I have a lot of questions during the filming, making the movie. I also would love to know if you know Romanian language.
Sorry?
If Anastasia know Romanian language, because it was a lesson in Romanian, and just want to know if it is very Romanian.
I guess my last name might confuse you, and you can think that I'm no Romanian or Moldavian. I'm from there, but unfortunately, I don't know. Or not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. It will be next after finish.
Yes.
Okay, so yes. Other question I would like to know, if we are making these movies like lessons, so we are not using. Have been a challenge to get all this stuff for movies, like camera and good quality camera, and for me it was very because also the phone was old one. So we are doing this movie. Who let's say all the lesson that we made by ourselves with our staff. So we are making it for university. So who is the owner of this course, or like this question, because university have invested, like let's say, in me to obtain all this knowledge. Now I'm making these movies, and so who will be the owner? Or I'm the author, but who will be the owner?
Are there any lawyers in the room? Yeah, we try to share opinions that there is a certain agreement, your working contract with your university, in which it is written to whom belongs the intellectual property you produce. I know that in some countries by default it belongs to the employer. In some countries, like in Finland or in many European countries, as far as I know, it is you are the owner of it. So if you produce a patent, it has to belong to you. So it's like a fundamental part of innovation, because if it belongs to somebody, then you have no interest to push it forward. You need to check it out. Yeah. I don't know exactly what is happening, and it differs from country to country.
Because some university pays teachers to make these movies. So they are paid, they get different camera and other things. So this is okay, use my lessons. But when I'm making all these things by myself, I was thinking to buy a good quality camera, but yes. So and it looks like I'm making these all lessons by myself, and also I can sell it by myself and to be the owner, because I haven't been paid by university to make all these lessons, and so it's yes.
I believe it's like a kind of, it has some, I mean, if it is not written explicitly in your contract, it has to be some in the domain of common sense. If you use the equipment studio of university, if you use software that was bought by university, if university pays for your access to, let's say, Coursera, then I think it is a shame to try to sell it privately. At the same time, what happened to us? We crafted our course. We realized we did everything ourselves. We used this very iPhone, and we spent our own, our software and so on. And when we realized, should we sell it or not sell it? Should we ask? We try to ask university. Okay, well, is it okay if we let's say try to arrange a payable access? And university didn't want to both of it. They say, go ahead, try whatever you like. So but it is a Finnish case. I don't know what so sorry, that's a very long question that could be very short. Don't know exactly. Yeah.
One more question: should the university promote, like, to give some extra fee to the teachers that are making these movies, or?
Depends on the policy. We in Finland not supported, zero support. We believe if we are good teachers, we do the best for students, and if the best means we have to craft videos, we craft videos. We just pay salary and be happy with it. In some universities, they give some extra money, for example, for some targeted courses. So you get some money and you craft your course. In some universities, they support you. For example, they say, okay, we want to record your course. Please come every Monday from 9 to 12 to studio, and we will help you. So they kind of invest in the production. So you just only care of the materials, and they help to make it happen. It's case sensitive, depends on the case. We can only, I know what is happening in my university in LUT. You know what is happening in some universities in St. Petersburg and in Europe. it differs from time.
Usually, if you're writing a book, you know, you are by the university, you are like you get some fee or some promotion about you writing a book, a course, so about movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't found something about taking the movie of your lesson. Mm-hmm. So I would like to ask to know if you have something about this in your university.
We don't have anything at LUT. I mean, at LUT, we're always trying to say we are a small university. We don't have special money to, for example, to have a footprint in Coursera. We don't even have a single course on Coursera because we consider it expensive. We have to pay license. So there is almost zero support, I have to confess, from administration. But they pay us relatively good salary. It's hard to complain. So we just within it, we experiment, we try this and that. That's what you can say from our side. Okay. It could be another seminar. I mean, how to provoke, how to support teachers, and we can discuss about university management. If you are prospective dean or rector, Andrei, I hope one day to become how to make students, and we can talk. But I never ever was a manager in any administration position. I am an experienced professor with reputation in science and industry. So that's what I want to say. I don't know how to manage things. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you think about virtual laboratory to make or something like augmented reality lessons?
I'm thinking, but I don't have resources to make a virtual laboratory in which I can, for example, run experiment that physically sits in La Piranta, for example, from University of Moldova. I'm thinking of it. That would be interesting, but no virtual reality, no. No, not that much. I'm doing some simulation, some mathematics, but not that big. But we are falling into specific questions. Andrei, let's go ahead. Thank you anyway. Thank you so much. Yeah, Stella, you have been waiting a long time. Please, your question is?
That's okay. So yeah. Thank you just for giving me the floor. Oh, some disaster happening at the background. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I wanted to thank you for the course. It was really useful and informative, and there is always something to learn. As for the videos, like I didn't comment, but for example, my video was just a home task. So like it's not a course, it's just part of the course I'm teaching. But what I was thinking about is if we are going to do this, we really need a very professional environment. I mean, and it wouldn't hurt to have some video, maybe one special video with more tips to shoot. Like I was also thinking of using the back camera of my phone because it's quite good, etc. But the thing is, if we are going to do a course, then we need a more professional environment, more professional setting, because or we need more knowledge. So which can be somehow revealed or given in some additional video, maybe for the beginning. Also, like maybe for the future, it's kind of a request, and also it would be good for future participants, like you introducing details like Padlet and WordVault, and it is quite interesting. When I read the book, I see a lot more platforms, and as a bad student, I say, okay, I will like research these platforms and I will do it later, etc. But as usual, we have no time. And for example, you demonstrated WordWall and Padlet and a few other tools, and I'm quite okay with them now. I'm going to use them. So as you are quite knowledgeable with these platforms, maybe for future, if you have time, you could share some more like information in the form of videos. And one main basic question, so if we are expected to do some follow-up activity in terms of the course that we develop within this project, can we get more details like about it, about the topics, or we get this information at our local university? Thank you very much, and just thank you for all this course and assistance. Thank you.
Maybe I can comment about handbook and the sources that I mentioned there and videos that we had. Well, It's impossible to cover everything that exists on the market. Of course, the handbook is also not comprehensive, so it does not include everything, but it gives you alternatives. Yes, but I'm going to continue. It gives you alternatives what you can use, because, like, for example, if you want something like a wall type or board type, I demonstrated you Padlet, but in the handbook you can find more examples. And during the November visit to Moldova, I had I think 6 seminars about different tools that you can use for interactivity increase in the class. Padlet and Word will repeat, but 4 other tools are different from what was demonstrated in this video. So maybe if Yelena can paste in the chat the links to these videos, you will be able to watch them. But the only thing, they're in Russian. So if you're able to speak Russian or understand Russian, then please.
Thank you. It will be quite useful. And I forgot to make one comment. So one of the professors said last time, teachers are not beautiful. How can they shoot videos? So while shooting the video, I really got the confirmation. It was a hard experience. And I talked to other people. They had the similar awful experience. So for several days, like, I won't be looking into the mirror after the video. So it turns out it's not easy to look beautiful on the camera.
Yeah.
Well, I think now we can say that our first video we tried to shoot 4 times. 4 or 5 times before it actually made it to the platform to what you actually see now.
Yeah.
Regarding the videos that Anastasia did during her stay in Moldova, so you can find on your YouTube Network of Smart Cafe, and there all the videos we have are there. I will do my best and search for the links, and if you want, I can send you a separate mail after the session.
Very good. Nice.
Thank you very much.
It was very important first to answer the questions, but we had some small presentation. Anastasia wanted to run through typical problems with quizzes. If you are still interested, we can run through it, and I have some closing remarks, but do we have time for it, or what? What do you think?
I'm actually transferred all these difficult questions to Paul in Zoom, so maybe we can run them. It's I think 6 or 7 questions in total. And it's a quiz actually, so I think when you answer you should be able to see the correct answers. So let's launch it and see how it works, because it's a quiz for me the first time in Zoom. It was introduced just like a week or 2 ago.
Live quiz.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, good. It is just important for us to also to help with the most difficult questions. Okay, let's try it. Should I participate too?
I think you can't answer because I made you co-host.
Okay, good.
So here are 6 questions in total. So I would suggest that we have, let's say, 2-3 minutes for you to answer, and then we go through answers.
I'm nervous watching the progress.
Leonid, do you want to show some pictures in meanwhile while people are answering? So maybe those who answered can watch on pictures. Yes.
Just the final comments. Let me try to. Okay, share my screen, and hopefully, okay. Okay, hopefully you can see my screen. I'm not sure if is it what you see, or you see this bloody presentation mode.
Presentation mode.
Presentation mode. Okay, then I have to return back. Sorry. Okay, I will escape from here and maybe just make it a little bit bigger. Just a second. Okay. Okay, a quick trip through this month, I would say. Yeah, where we were together was we tried to share our experience. Maybe I'm afraid to say to teach, but to share our pains and gains and digital teaching, the experience we had in our group for last 7 years, and we have 1 PhD dissertation on digital pitching. We have several master dissertations, so we try to share. And what we were talking about, we try to discuss trends, what is happening. We try to maybe to have zoom out a bit and have this kind of globe view, what is happening in education, and use the chance of this course to discuss it. And what happened after digitalization revolution. We try to focus mostly on the differences in synchronous and non-synchronous type of teaching. What is good and what is bad, and how to design a class that is not just synchronous or asynchronous, that combines the features, the best features of all of them. And we also discussed how to make things happen administratively. So how to market, how to try after all to make out of the course something that you can maybe sell, or we can put it not like sell, but let's say to make something that is needed by people, and they to establish the model in which you can get support for what you are doing. Okay, and also we didn't have much time to talk about data analytics, but even today we'll this is a little bit. Yes.
No? Sorry. No.
Okay, we'll go ahead then. So I think the central diagram, I like it so much because I did it, but to see this picture, to have this picture when we plan any type of digital pitching. So we need, what we need to plan is to plan interactions of learner, who is in the center, and it is very spiritual to have the learner in the center of the planning graph, interaction of him or her with us, with teachers, with the content, and with other learners. So to have scenario of this interaction. That for me was very new to, let's say, to understand. Yeah, and that was a central diagram. I will try to understand how to arrange this and how to count them and so on. And okay, that is what prepared by Anastasia. That is pretty nice. I like how she managed to put together things in which forms of education this interaction happens. I forgot how to call it, how academically correct. Is it Kant diagram or something like? I don't know. I forgot, but it's very nice from, let's say, theoretical point of view and practical point of view. Anastasia spent, I think, hours and hours and hours, but she also managed somehow to bring a kind of exemplary analytics of one exemplary student, and it's very explicit. I like it also so much. So then we will see a student in the center and how much he or she used interaction with through the course. Interaction with quizzes, interaction with videos, with interactions by emails and others. I think it is when you can easily imagine if we extrapolate it and we can average it through the course and understand which, for example, channels are mostly used by learners, so you can focus on these channels and which channels maybe need more activation. So I think it's eye-opening in a way. So statistics, it becomes this kind of new oil of analysis. You can use it a lot. We did not do it because of the new platform to use, but it would be very interesting to analyze how you communicated with us and how to communicate it among each other. For some platforms, it is easy to do. For Smart Cafe platform, it's not yet easy, but maybe we will come one day. But it is what I want to let's say, to emphasize, because it is a research. It's interesting to analyze, and we have all the chances to turn our lemon into lemonade, and then in turn, what I mean by lemonade is we have to teach, but also it's very exciting and we can understand how to teach better. And what we also did not do, but we could have done, is if, for example, we can get from Yelena your log data, of course anonymized, but then we can, for example, train artificial neural network to try to predict. So we have about 320 registration for the course. We had 170 people who appeared from time to time, and most probably we have about 80 who will graduate. So what happens to those who drop the course? And it is very interesting to try to see the, let's say, the pattern of a person who is about to drop the course. And with the 300 of participants, it's already a pretty nice set. So we can train artificial networks. So in the future, we could, let's say, predict that this person, for example, is the behavior of this person shows that he or she is going to drop the course. so we can try to say to him, hi, how are you, and how to help you. And it's really nice, especially because we're not giving any time to it. So this artificial network that could work, and it is our future. And why don't we try to think about future? But basically, that was all from us. Anastasia, please add more, because you were the central teacher definitely in the course.
Well, I should say probably that most of the scripts that we recorded or videos that we recorded were prepared by Leonid. So only the pieces of information when I described in tools were solely prepared by me, but the rest of texts were prepared by Leonid and then discussed and rewritten a bit during the recording. So a lot of thanks to you. And I think now I will stop the poll and let's see if you can see results or not. Yes, you should be able to see results, and under the question, you should be able to see which answer was correct.
Retention rate?
If I haven't finished my quiz.
Then I'm sorry, I already stopped it. I can't continue.
One answer I was thinking of. Okay.
Hybrid learning.
Oh, okay.
Learning activities have been moved online without, that's what hopefully we will have after pandemic time is over. And so we can combine anything good that came from asynchronous teaching with a face-to-face or hybrid.
But it's possible that I have been using this asynchronous method of teaching already. Because when I started to do my homework, it was I was a little bit confused because I'm doing like this one, but it's not new technique. Was new a little bit for me, a small part, a half part of this one. It is possible. So like this method, because I was chatting for a few years with students, so everything it was online. I was.
Of course, we all were teaching asynchronously. Even 100 years ago, it was possible to teach asynchronously when you give an assignment and student return it in paper, and you make notes and return it. It's asynchronous teaching as well, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's interesting chat when you're chatting with students. Is it synchronous or asynchronous? For me, it's a kind of question: what what came first, egg or a chicken? Because if it is a live chat and you answer immediately, this looks like it is synchronous. But if you answer like 10 minutes or 1 hour or 1 day later, it becomes asynchronous. So it's kind of borderline, I would say. Okay, let's go further with we compare different types of class design and requirement, face-to-face minimum teaching requirement. Yes.
What do you want to pay attention to question number 5? There are more incorrect answers than correct.
Okay. What type of teaching seems to be the most technically challenging? Of course, also it's a kind of maybe open question, but we want to say that looks like in hybrid teaching you have to combine all. So all difficulties that you have in asynchronous teaching, when you have to, let's say, to have all these technologies to help your communication with, let's say, face-to-face teaching. So they all come in one. So hybrid teaching mathematically seems to be correct because it combines all the difficulties of all kinds of forms. That was the idea. But please, nobody is going to to be punished for incorrect answer here. So. Hybrid because both asynchronous and asynchronous, internet or class form that they're together. Okay, what's internet marketing campaign? I think there's a ratio between those who paid the tuition fee and those who was shown the advertisement. So that's what we started from, this famous conversion rate. Interesting. Okay. Good. Yes. Any questions so far about this last quiz? Good. Okay. Good. So, anything else?
Okay, just in case, I paste in chat the list of students, people to whose videos I don't have access. So it's the first group. And the second group of people is those who submitted the link that does not lead to the video. So you might have submitted the link just general to the Google Drive, and it's common to everyone, so it leads to my Google Drive. So please check it and resubmit if needed. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, and goodbye. Have a nice whatever week, month, and year.
Yes.
Just one more second. I would like to add that we are going to organize several study visits. Within some of them, we will do more additional videos. It is the case especially of Romanian partners. So we will add some more presentation to their course, and we will let you know about via email. And also other news we also will share with all the participants. And what I wanted to notice that it's not only last lesson within this course. This is very last lesson for all the courses. So it was a great pleasure to work with all of you, but I hope that we still will continue our collaboration. Please join Telegram or find us on Facebook. You know the group Connect Digital Teaching in University Environment. If not, then we will send you a common mail today with all the links.
I just joined this Telegram channel. I will be there. I need more questions.
Thank you. We cannot miss you.
Yes. Okay.
Извините, пожалуйста, я не смогла участвовать в тестах по техническим причинам. Прошу извинения.
Okay. Good.
Thank you. Have a nice day, and I hope that war will be finished very soon.
Peaceful day and week and months. So thank you, everybody, and I hope to keep in touch via technology, via Telegram, Facebook, Instagram. Take care of yourselves.
Yeah. See you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Goodbye. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And see you.
Delighted. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.